Hello students, in this video I'll be discussing third exercise of chapter 6 lines and angles. This is the first question. Let's start. In this figure, the side QP and RQ of a triangle PQR, that means a triangle PQR is given, its side QP and RQ are produced to points S and T respectively. If angle SPR, that means this angle is 135 degrees, and angle PQT, that means this angle is 110 degrees, we are supposed to find angle PRQ, that means this angle. Now see, there are different ways to do this question. If I consider this angle and this angle, it is forming a linear pair, so definitely sum of these two angles would be 180 degrees. If this is 135, this will turn out to be 45 degrees. Now, if I consider triangle PQR and exterior angle as 110, see, this is triangle PQR. Its side RQ is extended. That means this is the exterior angle so formed. So this would be equal to angle P plus angle R. That means 110 degrees would be equal to 45 degrees plus this angle R. So from here we can find the value of angle R and it will turn out to be 65 degrees. So this will be 65 degrees. You can also do it this way. Suppose we are not finding this 45. This is 110. Its adjacent angle would be, of course, 70 degrees because sum of these two angles is 180. It's forming a linear pair. Now, if we consider this exterior angle, 135 degrees. So, this 135 will be equal to 70 plus angle R. This 135 would be equal to 70 degrees plus angle R due to exterior angle theorem. So from here again we can find the value of angle R. It would be 135 minus 70, which is again equal to 65 degrees. You can also use angle sum property in this triangle. Like if I am finding this angle using linear pair, it will be 70. If I am finding this angle, it would be 45 using linear pair. Now if I use angle sum property in this triangle, this is 45, this is 70, I can find this angle. Again it would turn out to be 65 degrees. So you can do it using any of the ways. Second question is, it is given in this triangle XYZ, YO and ZO are the bisectors of angle XYZ and angle XZY. What does it mean? What is the meaning of bisector? Bisector of an angle means a line or a ray which divides that angle into two equal parts. Suppose I have this angle ABC. Suppose this is 60 degrees. BP is the bisector of angle ABC. It means, what is the role of bisector? It will divide this angle into two equal parts. That means this will be 30 and this will also be 30. So here also we have YO and ZO as bisectors of these angles. That means this line YO is dividing this angle Y into two equal parts. Let me name these angles. I'll name this as angle 1, angle 2, let this be angle 3, angle 4, and let this be angle 5. See, the similar sign means, like I have written, this and this. That means they are equal. And here I have used 2 dash, like double dash here and double dash here. That means they are equal. So what is happening? Angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. What we are supposed to find? We are supposed to find angle OZY. OZY means angle 3. We are supposed to find angle 3 and angle YOZ. YOZ means angle 5. So we are supposed to find angle 3 and angle 5. Now let's see how we'll be doing this. First of all, let's consider this triangle XYZ. Angle X is 62, angle Y is 54. So what will be angle Z? We know angle X plus angle Y plus angle Z is 180 degrees. Angle sum property of triangle. So from here we can find the value of angle Z. So angle Z will be equal to 64 degrees using angle sum property of a triangle. Now YO is the bisector. That means angle 1 and angle 2 will have the same value. Their sum is 54. So individually they will be half of 54. That means angle 1 will be equal to angle 2 will be equal to half of 54, which is equal to 27 degrees. Similarly, angle 3 and angle 4 are equal, which are basically half of 64 degrees. So half of 64 means 32 degrees. So angle 3 has turned out to be 32 degrees. This is one of the answers, one of the solutions. Now we are supposed to find angle YOZ. That means angle 5. Now if I look at this triangle OYZ, just observe this triangle OYZ. In this triangle, angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 5 would be 180 degrees due to angle sum property of a triangle. We know what is the value of angle 2. It is 27 degrees. We know what is the value of angle 3. It is 32 degrees. So from here we can easily find the value of angle 5. So angle 5 will turn out to be 121 degrees. So these are the two answers, 32 degrees and 121 degrees. Let's look at question number 3. This diagram is provided. We have been given AB and DE are parallel. We are supposed to find angle DCE. That means this angle. This angle we are supposed to find. Now see, these two lines are parallel. This is a transversal. That means alternate interior angles would be equal. So we can say this angle is equal to this angle. If this is 35, this will also be 35 degrees. Now if we consider this triangle CDE, the sum of these three angles will be 180 degrees due to angle sum property of a triangle. This is 53, this is 35. So automatically this will turn out to be 92 degrees. This is the answer. Let's look at next question, question number 4. This figure is given. Here no lines are given parallel. Do not confuse this thing. Do not get confused with this question. The lines are not given parallel in this question. We are supposed to find angle SQT. That means this angle. Now if I consider this triangle PRT, in this triangle 95 degrees, that means angle P plus angle R plus angle RTP, this angle, they will sum up to 180 degrees due to angle sum property of a triangle. So this angle will turn out to be 45 degrees from here. Now see, PQ and RS are two intersecting lines. This is PQ, this is RS. These are two intersecting lines. So definitely vertically opposite angles would be equal. If this is 45, this would also be 45 degrees. Now consider this triangle. In this triangle, this is 45, this is 75 degrees. So using angle sum property, I can find this angle Q and it will turn out to be 60 degrees. This is the answer. Let's look at question number 5 now. It is given, the figure is given, it is also provided PQ is perpendicular to PS. That means this is 90 degree already indicated by this angle sign, and PQ is parallel to SR. These lines are parallel. What we are supposed to find? We are supposed to find the value of X and Y. Now see, these two lines are parallel and this is a transversal. So we can say this angle is equal to this angle, alternate interior angles. So we can say x plus 28 degree is equal to 65 degree. So from here x will turn out to be 37 degrees. Now why these angles are equal? Because these are alternate interior angles. So x plus 28 will be equal to 65. So from here x will be 32 degrees. This is one of the solutions. Now if I consider this triangle PQS, just look at this triangle PQS. In this triangle, x plus y plus 90 degrees will be equal to 180 degrees. Angle sum property of a triangle. We know what is the value of x. It is 32 degrees. Angle y is to be found, plus this is 90. So from here we can easily find the value of angle y, and angle y will be equal to 53 degrees. So these are the two answers. Now let's start with question number 6. The figure is already provided for this question. Let us consider that the figure is not given in this question. We'll make our own figure. This way we'll also learn how the figures are constructed through the given data. The side QR of a triangle PQR. So that means we are having a triangle PQR. The side QR of a triangle PQR is produced to a point S. Full stop. If the bisectors of angle PQR, we are talking about angle PQR and angle PRS. If the bisectors of angle PQR and angle PRS, we know what will be the bisectors of angle PQR and PRS. It would be a line which would divide these angles into two equal parts. Meets at point T. I'll read out this line again. If the bisectors, I'm talking about QT and RT. If the bisectors of angle PQR and PRS meets at point T, then prove that angle QTR, that means this angle, is equal to half of angle QPR. That means this angle is half of this angle. We are supposed to prove this thing. See how easy it is to construct a diagram. Now see, these are bisectors. That means this angle 1 would be equal to angle 2 and angle 3 would be equal to angle 4. Let us name it as angle 5 and this as angle 6. What we are supposed to prove? We'll write the given first. Given is angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. No need to write the entire statements QT and RT. QT and RT are the bisectors of angle QPR and PQR and PRS. It's not required to write the entire statements. You can mention in short what is given. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. What we are supposed to prove? Angle QTR, that means angle 6, is equal to half of angle QPR. That means it is half of angle 5. This thing we are supposed to prove. See how we will be doing this question. We will be using exterior angle theorem in triangle PQR and TQR. We will be using exterior angle theorem twice. Once in triangle PQR and once in triangle TQR. Let's take triangle TQR first. If I use exterior angle theorem in this triangle, what will happen? Angle 4 will be equal to angle 2 plus angle 6. Angle 4 is an exterior angle, so it will be equal to the sum of the two interior opposite angles. Same statement I will be writing here. In triangle TQR, angle 4 is equal to angle 2 plus angle 6. Reason is exterior angle theorem. Let us consider it as equation number 1. Now we will be using exterior angle theorem in this triangle PQR. So if I use exterior angle theorem here, what will happen? This angle will become equal to this angle plus this angle. Let's write the same thing. In triangle PQR, angle PRS would be equal to angle PQR plus angle QPR. The reason is same, exterior angle theorem. Now I'll multiply both sides by 1 by 2. Both sides of equation 2 by 1 by 2. That means I'm dividing both sides by 2. Why I'm doing so? This I'll tell you in the next step. It employs half of angle PRS is equal to half of angle PQR plus angle QPR. See, what is half of angle PRS? Half of angle PRS is, I can say, angle 4. This is equal to angle 4 is equal to half of PQR. Half of PQR can be written as angle 2. Half of angle PQR can be written as angle 2. Now see, angle 4 and angle 2. I am extracting angle 4 and angle 2 from this equation, from this line, and it was same. Angle 4 and angle 2 were also there in equation number 1. So we are extracting the same angles from this also. That is why we are multiplying both sides by 1 by 2. You can also do like this. After this step, you are not supposed to multiply both sides by 1 by 2 if you are multiplying both sides by 2 here. If you are doubling both the sides here, this is also fine, or you can multiply both the sides by 1 by 2 here. You can also multiply both the sides by 2 in this equation. It would be same. Let's see what will happen. Half of PRS is angle 4 is equal to half of angle PQR. I am separating it in this step. QPR. So it employs angle 4 is equal to half of PQR means angle 2 plus half of angle QPR. QPR is angle 5. Let's name it as equation number 3. So from 1 and 3, what will happen? See, left hand sides are same. I can easily equate their right hand sides. Left hand sides, that means angle 4 and angle 4 are same. I can easily equate the right hand side. So angle 2 plus angle 6 will be equal to angle 2 plus half of angle 5. Angle 2 cancel. We are left with angle 6 is equal to half of angle 5. This is what we were supposed to prove. So hence proved. That's it.